Hi guys, hope you're good. Hope you've had a good week so far. So today I am just gonna be having a vent session, like a whole vent sesh. I just need to vent about this one simple thing that most of us are just struggling to do. Okay? It's literally simple, and that is communication. Yeah, I would just appreciate it, or let's just say I would like it. I'd appreciate it if we could learn to be more open about our feelings and emotions and all of that. Be vulnerable, being able to speak on anything and everything. There are certain things that I really don't like that people say that just make me question, the whole process of communication. We get people that are just like, I'd rather not say anything, even if there's a lot to be said. And you get others that are just like, you know what, for peace sake, let's just not have this conversation. We're not having this because we need to maintain this peace that is, right here. And then they're like those people that just wait to be under the influence of whether alcohol or even weed, trust me, you can be like dead honest under the influence of weed. I have experienced that. So I don't know why people have to wait to like get drunk to actually be honest about something, or be high to be honest about something. Like, I don't get it, but yeah, I honestly don't like mostly the people that say, for peace sake, let's just not have this conversation. I don't get why you bring it up if you're only gonna be saying that thing at the end, whether it be for peace sake or even though there's a lot to be said, blah 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 blah. I feel we really need to be honest. I don't think it should ever get to a point where you're just like, the conversation should not even happen or continue because you're trying to maintain the peace and you're not trying to argue or fight. I mean, either way, you're going to fight. Either way, we're going to argue. And most especially after you've said something like, for peace sake. For the type of person that I am, I know I would be bothered. I would want to know what exactly is that like you wanted to say initially. Like, what did you want to say before you actually said, all of those things. I am a very I would like to say I'm a very pushy person when I want to know something. I tend to poke. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I have that tendency of being very pushy and pokey at times because I want to know something and I will know. And if you don't tell me, I will continue to poke and I will continue to push you to the very edge. I can admit to that. I have that habit or what tendency. I don't know. So I feel that it shouldn't even get to the point where now I am bothered, As the person that you said it to, I don't think it should ever get to a point where like I am bothered. Like, if you want to tell me something, just tell me straight up. If you can't tell me like straight to my face, that's fine. Just text me or call me I mean, hell, you can even write a letter. Like, honestly though, like, it can't be that hard. I mean, it does become that hard sometimes, but there's so many ways that you can communicate. There's so many things that you can do to communicate, like voice out your concerns, voice out your issues. Like, just tell me what is going on, okay? Like, tell me if I did something wrong. Just tell me. Tell me if, like, you feel like, nah, this is just so not me, Maybe I will tell you. Maybe I'm just like up for change or something. But don't come at me like you're fighting. Okay, just talk to me nice. Because remember, the manner of approach is really, really important. I don't care whether you want to like address something or say something different. Like I said something that was wrong. But remember, your manner of approach is really important. And how you come at me, I want it to be like how you come at me is the way I will come at you. But I'm really not that person. I always try to remain low. But there comes a point where I'm like, okay, now this I cannot take. I am going to come back at you with the same energy that you came at me with, I am going to give you that very same energy because, I mean, come on. How do you take me? And I wouldn't say it's the same as holding grudges because, when like you hold a grudge against someone, I feel it only hurts you. You're the one that actually feels the pain. You're the one that carries all that weight of everything, the emotions and, how you feel about the person. Like every time you think of the person or you see the person, it just comes back, But this thing is like actually different when it comes to communication. Like if you tell me something and you cut it saying because you want to maintain the peace, you're not the one that's gonna be feeling bothered, In this way, I am the one that's gonna be feeling bothered. So we can't even argue on that. Like it's not the same as holding grudges, Also, there's this thing that I absolutely hate. I hate it. I honestly hate it. When I do something, right, and you don't like it, you don't tell me, so you choose to just stay angry at me and not tell me what's up, you just start acting up. It's mostly done by females, and I hate it. I think we've all experienced our fair share of that. Like where you're just mized, you're ignored. Like, can we just learn to be vocal about our feelings? It's not that hard. Now I must go after you and ask you, friend, what's up? What did I do? Is it this? Is it that? Don't leave me wondering what I did to you. Just tell me straight up. If you can't tell me on the day, tell me maybe the next day. Send me a text. Call me. Why do I have to be running after you? To ask you what's up. What did I do? And I feel like there are certain people that aren't gonna be like me, that where you just act up and you're just quiet, you're angry, you don't want to talk to this person, and they're not even gonna bother asking you what happened. They're not even gonna bother calling. They're not gonna be running after you hey, what did I do? Is it this? Is it that? They're just gonna keep quiet. And I feel like when it gets to the point where now you're both quiet, it's really the pits, because it's difficult to come back from that. Because now you've spent so much time being quiet and you guys are not even talking about anything because you're so angry, you're so clouded by your feelings, your anger, and your whatever, and you're not even considering my feelings. You're basically being selfish. Now you're just making everything about you. I'm not saying it's wrong to experience, those type of emotions, being angry, being upset, whatnot. But don't make me feel like, I don't know, being shut out. Because now that's where you're for real, like, being selfish. Like, why don't you consider my feelings as well? Why don't you think of how it would feel if it were the other way around, And now you've spent so much time dwelling in your feelings and emotions after so many days. Maybe after a week you come back and you're like, hi. Are you seriously expecting me to say hi back? Really? Because now, even if I do say hi, energy is not going to be the same. I feel if we really care about each other, if I made you angry, if I upset you, if I said something that you didn't like, just try to tell me, no matter how hard it can be. There's so many things we can do, to tell me. But I don't think silence is the option, honestly. If you feel like I've started doing things that are out of character and you so concerned and worried and whatnot, you ask me hey, what's up? Are you okay? Yeah, I'll tell you. Don't come at me hey, this thing that you're doing is just so not you. Get your things together. Come on. Nah. There's a certain way you should come at people, honestly. And there are moments where, when I come to you, right, and I open up to you, the last thing I need as a person is to be judged, obviously, The last thing I need is, okay, wait, let me just say this now. If I come to you and I open up to you and you tell me something similar happened to you and you telling me your story, I honestly don't mind that, because that makes me feel a bit okay. That makes me realize that, hey, I can actually get through this. But if you're gonna now start judging me and telling me I shouldn't do this, you should because you wouldn't, or I shouldn't do this because it's gonna ruin this and this and this. Come on. The last thing I need as a person coming to you and I'm opening up is for you to actually raise your voice at me. I hate being shouted at. The last thing I need is that. I don't like being shouted at. Do not raise your voice at me. I don't care whatever we're talking about. Whether it's good or it's do not raise your voice at me. I hate it. I literally hate it. Especially when I open up to you. Because it's a bit tricky though. Because sometimes I come to you and I'm sobbing. I need advice. And I'm telling you what's up. I just need you to listen to me, comfort me, just hug me, just be there, be calm, tell me everything's gonna be okay. But sometimes I just don't need that. I just need you to be just bold. Don't shout at me, but just motivate me. Just, I don't know how to say it, but don't shout at me. In a way, just be, I don't even know how to describe this, but just Be angry and motivate me, but do not raise your voice at me because I hate that. I don't know how a person would do that, but do not raise your voice at me. So there are people that are like me that, you know, when they open up to you, they don't want to be shouted at. When they open up to you, they don't like being, you know, told a similar story. When they don't like being judged. Who likes being judged? No one does. You know, sometimes I just need to be motivated in a very firm, I don't know how to describe it, but sometimes I just need to be comforted, you know. So it really depends, and it needs you to really know the person, you know. Yeah. Oh, and one thing that I hate and that I've noticed is that couples or friends, should I say friendships? Yeah. But mostly when two people break their friendship or their relationship, that is when they decide to open up. And I find that very difficult to understand because why weren't you talking this whole time? Why were you taking the punches this whole time and not saying anything? And only when it's time for us to go our separate ways, you rock up and you tell me, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, I didn't like this, you did this in this year, you did that. Come on, speak to me. What did I do wrong? Why do people have to open up at the very end of a friendship or relationship? You had so much time. Why were you taking the punches all along? Why were you quiet? You know, trust me, it doesn't make you a bigger person. Okay, it gives me weird vibes and I hate it. It's fine, process your feelings. You're angry, you're upset, you whatever. But then speak to me, come to me. If you can't come to me, text. If you can't do that, find something else that you can do that can get you to speak. I don't know how, you know. Yeah, so before I leave, I'm just going to say this thing. We really need to be vocal with each other and open, vulnerable, communicates. Tell me what's up. Tell me my shit. You know, but always make sure your manner of approach is good, on a good note. Don't come at me like you're falling from the tree. Because not all of us can take that kind of behavior. So, yeah. Let's just learn to be open, whether it is with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your friend, family, whatever, whoever you close with, your circle. Be vocal with them, communicate, tell them how you feel. If you're not okay, just be straight up. You're not okay. You just maybe need some time or whatnot. You just need to be comforted, or you just not okay, but you just want to be around that person, you know. Just speak. It's really not that hard, you know. Yeah, that is it. I feel so much better now that I've spoken about this. A part of me just feels like I didn't even make any sense, but I know that I did, and it's gonna make sense when you literally have heard everything. I don't even know if some of you can relate, but just be vocal. You're not gonna die, okay? If we end up fighting, it's fine. If we end up arguing, it's okay. But I just would like for people to be more vocal about their feelings. I'm relieved in a way. So, yeah. That's it from me. So, I don't know. I will see you again not next week, next episode. Yeah, same time, same place. Don't forget to follow, rate, and leave that review. Bye.